Hey guys, it's Connor, and today we're talking about the Ronin-S gimbal. Now, I love this gimbal and it does a lot of very cool things. And one of those things is the roll functionality. I think it looks very cool, but I see a lot of people having trouble figuring out how to get that set up. So today I'm going to take you through that entire process front to back. There are two parts to getting this set up, and the first starts with the iPhone app. If you don't have the Ronin app, you can get it for iOS or Android. Load that up, turn on Bluetooth, and make sure that it's synced up properly to your Ronin. Once everything's synced up, go ahead and hit User Profile. Now this is where we can assign different parameters and sensitivities to the different modes of the gimbal. I'm gonna stick with mode number 3 or User Profile 3, and this is where I want to have my roll parameter. Down at the bottom, you're gonna hit Control, and now we're gonna have a new interface to work with. At the bottom here, it explains exactly what's going on here. So channel 1 is just referencing the vertical axis of that thumbstick, and channel 3 is gonna be our horizontal axis. On the right side of these channels, you can see N/A, which just means we haven't assigned any parameters to the thumbstick at this point. So I'm gonna go to channel 3 and click on that N/A, and now I can assign pan, tilt, or roll to it. Obviously, we're gonna go ahead and hit roll, and now you can exit that menu, and now you're all set up and ready to go. Keep in mind, I've only set this up for User Profile 3, so if you want to set this up in all 3 profiles, you're going to have to do each one individually. Now online, I've seen a lot of people get this far and they understand that part, but whenever they go to actually use the roll parameter, their whole gimbal just starts vibrating and freaking out, and the motors just go crazy. And the reason for that is because you haven't properly balanced your gimbal. There's one axis that you've forgotten. Typically, you're gonna start by balancing your camera this way, then balancing it this way, and then even tilting it up and making sure it's not going this way. But the last thing you need to do is actually work with the roll axis. We're gonna do this by making sure our gimbal is all set up on the legs that it comes with. And I've got it so that the legs are oriented with one going forward, and I've got 2 going diagonally backwards. And that's because we want to tilt the gimbal forward on a diagonal in order to test the roll axis and make sure that it's balanced. We're gonna go ahead and tilt the gimbal diagonally forward. So if we've got a leg this way and a leg going that way, we're gonna tilt it right between the 2 of them. So as I do, watch what happens here. The gimbal starts to spin around, and that's because we haven't balanced this axis. This is all controlled using the knob down here. So let's loosen that up, and we're gonna push this forward, and we're gonna retest it. Now, as we push forward, you can see here that the gimbal stays pointed forward as we angle it, which means we've properly balanced the roll axis. You do not need to test the other side because it's all part of the same axis. So as you can see, if I start pushing in the other direction, it still stays pointed forward. Now that the controls are set up and it's properly balanced, you should have no problem getting your gimbal to roll with the thumbstick. That is it for this video. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you out. But until then, I will see you in the next video.